You're tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive look at the athletics and athletes within the Twin Valley League. Joined by Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, I'm Max Blaske with KNDY. The TVL Rundown is a service of the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement.
Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank. With the century of experience, you know you can count on us for convenient banking and personal service for people you know and trust. With extended hours and online banking for all your financial needs. Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Welcome into this week's edition of the TVL Rundown. High school basketball season quickly coming to an end in the final 2 weeks here of the year. We're going to take a peek at league standings. Going to actually start here with the boys standings. Axtell on top after a big win over Hanover last Friday. They're 7-0. Hanover 8-1. Centralia 6-1. And then Clifton, Clyde, Blue Valley, and Lynn will round out our top 6 going into this one. And Jeff, I think that game last Friday pretty much set in the boys' league standings, though there's a big one coming up next week between Axtell and Centralia. But boy, the boys are playing some darn good ball, and like we've talked about all season long too, middle of the pack, Frankfort, Lynn, Doniphan, West, they can make some noise when Sub-State starts here in a couple weeks.
Without a doubt, I really think top to bottom, this might be one of the best that we've had in quite some time. Talk about this girls' side a lot, but I think both sides this year, this might be one of the best, most balanced that we've seen in quite some time in the TVL.
And as we look real quick, too, at the boys' state rankings, as we have all season, it's 1 and 2 in Class 1A Division II between Axtell now on the top side and Hanover number 2. And like we mentioned, Sub-State's right around the corner. Next week, we'll have a full preview of where the brackets are shaping out to be. But, I want to make a comment I think we talked about. I think it'll be very interesting to keep track of the boys' side of Sub-States this season. I know a lot of teams, maybe not a lot, but a handful of teams are in the same Sub-State. But those teams that are able to play teams outside of the league, I think that's really going to give them the opportunity to show this tough schedule that they've gone through, even if they haven't came out and wins this year.
And we saw that a couple of times this last couple of weeks, that once you get outside of this league, you don't want to say competition's easier. Competition is different. You go through this, and let's be honest, you live no farther than the Axtell boys this week, and you see what this TVL is about.
Yeah, we'll give them a quick shout-out. Dropped 100 on Pawnee City Tuesday night. Highest scoring output of any team this year. Pretty darn impressive. And as Jeff mentioned, we've talked about the girls all season, but that's because it's at a gauntlet top of the league standings. Hanover 8-1, Centralia and Lynn both 6-1. Valley Heights right behind them at 5-2 with Blue Valley and Clifton Clyde rounding out the top 6 in that one. Right now, of course, Hanover has the 2-win lead advantage over Centralia and Lynn, but there's opportunities for, I think, those teams to kind of step up and, separate themselves here, especially with league games coming up the last 2 weeks.
Definitely. I think there is a chance for a team or a couple of teams to really either sprint ahead or get right back into those top 3 teams in the postseason. I think there's a very good chance for still a team to make a name for themselves.
And just looking at the schedule upcoming, I think Hanover has the easiest route to win this league. Although I won't say it easy, though. They have Donovan West on Friday and then Washington County on Tuesday. But a huge matchup Friday night between Centralia and Lynn, and then Centralia at Axtell coming up next Tuesday. I think those two games will really shape out how this league standing is going to finish off this season.
Those two games are only things that can happen in the Twin Valley League. There are several other leagues that sort of are playing their way out. In the Twin Valley League, you get games like that, I should say, every night. And there's no playing out the string. In the Twin Valley League, you're going to go to the court against tough opponents every night. And that's exactly what we're seeing with the Centralia team especially.
Oh, I completely agree. I think they've used the momentum after that Twin Valley League tournament win to really booster their run at it. And as we talk about Centralia, looking at girls' state rankings, there this week jumped to spot number 2 in Class 1A Division 1, while in 1A Division 2, Hanover's at 3, Lynn is at 4, and Axtell now is at 9 after that loss to Hanover. But like we mentioned with the boys, I think when we see these sub-state seedings finally come out next week, don't be surprised, a team like Valley Heights, Donovan West, setting there, Clifton Clyde. They've played some good games, Axtell again too as well. You might see upwards of 4 or 5 Twin Valley League teams possibly in some sub-state championship games this year.
Sometimes you feel like a kid at Christmas, just waiting. You know you're going to get something good. You know that it's sitting right there. Just give it to me. And when I say that, I was literally bouncing up and down with excitement to see what is going to happen in the next 10 days or so.
I think you said it perfectly. It's like waiting for Christmas. We all know what's going to happen, but just give us that present now. And as we quickly run down Friday's schedule, Valley Heights is at Frankfort, Hanover at Donovan West, Axtell at Blue Valley, great games in that one, and then Onega at Washington, and the big one between Centralia and Lynn. Again, I think a lot's going to be determined this Friday night in terms of where league standings are going to be. And as always, Jeff, you're going to have all the scores from those contests. Where can everyone find those coming up Friday evening?
Head over to social media, TVL Sports Spotlight, on both Facebook and Twitter. I also do live updates all night long from those games.
And like we mentioned before, we're going to have a full in-depth look at how sub-state seedings shake out on next week's edition of the TVL Rundown. We thank you all for tuning in this week as one more week of the high school basketball season has come and gone here in the Twin Valley League. You've been tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive look at the athletics and athletes within the Twin Valley League. Joined by Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, I'm Max Blaske with KNDY. The TVL Rundown is a service of the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement.